drama, dating, but if you have no friends. I never ever in a million years would have thought to do. So that is just one way to meet new people and stuff. Giving y'all tough love today. You can meet your new best friend there. Be involved with your school. Don't need to talk bad about other people. Real shit you need to hear. You are not the main character. Y'all, when it comes to friends, hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Notori if you're new, and today is episode 2 of my Back to School 2024 series. Y'all, I love filming this so much. You know, we kicked it off first episode with Back to School supply shopping, so go check that out. It should be somewhere up here. And today I'm going to be giving high school advice and tips for incoming freshmen. And honestly, this is mainly for incoming freshmen, but if you're even a senior in high school, maybe you just need to hear some of this because I'm giving y'all tough love today. So let's just go ahead and start with my little list. I have some notes written down on my MacBook. Some people like that. I don't know. Let me know if it's annoying because I've been doing it in a lot of videos and I cringe at myself in editing. But y'all, I have a little checklist of topics I really want to hit and make sure I emphasize while talking about this video. Because y'all, I'm not just going to be spewing out nonsense that y'all probably already heard like 50 billion times. This is real shit you need to hear. Sorry for cursing, but you need to hear this, okay? So most incoming freshmen are probably nervous about just socializing with their peers and just anything that really relates to your social life. I'm gonna hit academics, like hygiene, and just priorities at later points in the video, but y'all, first I'm going to talk about social life. So this stuff includes like drama, dating, just relationships in general, being involved with your school, how to act around certain people. I'm gonna give all of it to y'all. I'm gonna just lay it out on the floor. So first, just honestly join extracurriculars. This is kind of part of another topic I want to hit in this video, but joining extracurriculars, you can automatically meet so many new people that you never even would have thought to hang out with before. Because I'm guilty of it, you're probably guilty of it. We kind of choose who to hang out with based off of what they look like. Like for example, you walk into class, you see this girl, she has her hair done, nails done, just looking like a whole snack. You might want to go and talk to her, but if you join sports, you can meet your new best friend there. Me personally, I joined weightlifting, which is something that I never ever in a million years would have thought to do, but I have like one of my closest friends on the weightlifting team. So you can meet people who are grades above you and grades lower than you if you're later on in your high school career. So that is just one way to meet new people and stuff, and you have to socialize. Like, you're not going to get fed if you don't ask for food. So in order to make new friends and really have close bonds with people, you have to open your mouth and talk to other people. People are not going to be walking up to you begging to be your friend like how it is on the movies, okay? You are not the main character. This is real life. Of course, romanticize your life and make it movie-esque in your mind, but you have to be realistic, and if you want to make friends, you have to talk to people, which is hard being an introvert. And you know what? High school can still be fun if you make it fun, even if you have no friends, because I honestly had no friends. Like, honestly, the first semester of my 9th grade year, I'm a sophomore now, so you know, I've definitely been through that awkward freshman era. Like, freshman year is not the best year for everybody, okay? I'm gonna just be honest with y'all on that one. But there is ways to make it fun, and I feel like in order to try to make it fun, you have to try and reach out to certain people, okay? Like, in general, just get involved. Y'all, when it comes to friends, you don't need to talk bad about other people. So, of course, in high school, and if you're coming from middle school, you were probably so used to, like, you know, seeing fights every week, and this girl talking about that girl, and you know, she's fighting for this boy. Number one, do not ever fight over a boy in high school. Put your friends first, and put your close friends first, because honestly, I feel like once you get to high school, people's immaturity can really start to show. So if you know your friend is not really your friend, go ahead and leave them. Don't feel like you need to have a certain amount of friends to have a fun experience in high school, because that's just not how it is, okay? Like, you don't need this big friend group. When it comes to friends, it is always, 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 always going to be quality over quantity. You don't need 20 friends, you need like 3 good friends. And you know what, if you don't even have friends, that is perfectly fine. You can still enjoy high school by yourself. The movies are lying to you. Like, a big friend group equals more people. And you know what more people equals? More drama. I'm gonna say that, because if there's only like 3 people in your friend group, the drama is just going to be decreased so much. If you have a big friend group, great, but don't feel like you have to have one. And honestly, leave all that talking in middle school No one's playing those games with you in high school. So just do not talk bad about people. Don't do it. It's not cute. And what people don't realize when they go into high school, they think it's like cute to have like enemies and like, oh yeah, she's my op, he's my op, da da da. You don't want that, because reality check, you're going to have to go to school and see these people 5 days out of your week. If you are around like people for 5 days out of your whole 7-day week that you don't even like, it's not going to be fun. Maybe the drama will be fun for a couple days, but at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. And when you're like a senior or a sophomore or a junior, you're just going to look back on those days and be like, oh my god, what was I doing? You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Like if another girl is like, oh my god, she's so dumb and fat and ugly, what, you gotta prove to her that you're not dumb, fat and ugly? Like that's just foolish behavior, to be honest. And if people are still acting that immature in high school, you just don't need to be around them, period. So moral of the story when it comes to friend groups and just meeting new people, get involved, okay? You have to reach out to people and just don't talk bad about people. Don't get involved in drama. Of course, you will still hear about it, so you don't have to pull a whole, oh, nope, I can't hear about that. I can't hear about that. I don't gossip, because no one's even gonna believe you. In high school, I just assume everyone gossips. Also, don't make drama about yourself. And another thing when it comes to friends in high school, try to make friends within your own grade. Okay, as a freshman, don't go in thinking that you're gonna be hanging out with all these cool seniors and juniors. What's gonna happen when they graduate? You're gonna have to start all over again. So of course, having senior friends is fine, but don't put that on your bucket list necessarily, because it's unrealistic. The maturity levels will just be completely different and it will clash somewhere. You're just gonna have a big falling out. Next of our little subcategory in our social life category is relationships and dating. Y'all, please, when it comes to dating, do not feel pressured into anything, okay? And it might sound easy. You probably heard this from your parents, older cousins, just like, I guess, authority figures in your life. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. And I never thought I would have been peer pressured in my life, and I wasn't. But the amount of times people have tried to rope me into do stuff that I did not want to do is insane. Like, if you were already peer pressured in middle school to do something, please believe that in high school it's going to multiply by like 50. Schools are just bigger, so a bigger school just leads to more bad influences. So y'all, just stick to what's true to you. Like, you should never feel rushed into having your first kiss, doing this with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever. Like, no. Shut it down immediately. And if they're not like comfortable with that, they get aggressive, they get upset or whatever, they start talking about you, that's a clear sign that you do not need to be around that person whatsoever. Like, I promise you, there is nothing wrong with being single in high school whatsoever. Try to mingle within your own grade. That way friend groups and, you know, relationships can just progressively mature and there's not this huge gap. Alright, so I'm done talking about friend groups, you know, just your whole entire little social life. Next, I'm going to be talking about academics. And this is honestly the most important. Regardless of what everybody else is telling you, at the end of the day, you are at school to learn. So really pay attention and soak into what I'm about to say. Number 1, please make sure you pack your schedule early on. If you know you have to meet certain graduation requirements, go ahead and put all the ones that you don't like or whatever seems the hardest on your schedule as a first year if your school allows you to do that. So me personally, I'm in my school's AP Capstone program, and if you don't know what that is, basically I take AP classes so I can get college credit, and I did this as a freshman. APs were not really hard for me, and don't feel like you have to do APs, because of course if you can, I highly recommend you take it. And honors as well. I was in honors. I'm not going to be doing that anymore because it was just way too stressful for me. All your guidance counselors and teachers, if you have good grades, are going to tell you like, oh, like, you know, you should do this. For someone like you, it won't be hard. Like, they'll try to really push you into taking all these advanced classes. But y'all, if you don't even like school as is, I would not recommend that you do that. Also, when it comes to scheduling, do not base your schedule off of other people. Like, when you're going to high school and you're filling out that little form, my school, we just did it online, like in the middle of class. So don't just try to buddy up with your friends and be like, oh, okay, like, you know, Miranda's taking this, like, I want to take it with her. Like, no, don't do that. Do what's best for you. At the end of the day, this is your high school experience. You don't even know if you and this person are going to be friends. So pick out the classes that you like while still packing your schedule, if that makes sense. You just need to have a healthy balance of enjoying school and just handling business. Also, don't skip too many classes. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you don't get caught if you do. I'm not your mom, And I know people like to experiment with stuff in high school, but I highly recommend that you just don't skip classes in general. Also, don't be rude and disrespect teachers. As much as they can annoy you, like some teachers, I swear they are literal demons trying to ruin my life. But just don't have an argument with them. You look back on it and you're like, that was really embarrassing. Like, why was I acting like that? And yes, teachers can be petty, but it just doesn't look good. Everyone in the class was probably judging you if you ever done that. Another thing is to get used to presentations, please. Especially if you're in AP and honors classes. You will be presenting 10 times more than you ever did in your life. Me personally, my freshman year, I had a class that was just solely presentation. That was it. So just in general, take your work serious, guys. So for everyone telling you like, oh, it's your first year of high school, like just have fun, don't worry about grades. Still worry about grades and have fun at the same time. Everyone just needs a balance. And if you had fun and then, end of the year, you see all your friends with their high GPAs and, they got all these certificates and now they have college credit. And then, the years go by, you still not taking it serious. By the end of graduation, you're gonna look back and say, oh my God, what was I doing? Another tip, learn how to write a good email. You will have to email teachers, guidance counselors, maybe your principal. You will have to email classmates even. So learn how to write a good email. There's many tutorials on YouTube. I'm pretty sure your parents, older siblings, whoever writes good emails, just go ask for help because having a good email will get you so much praise from teachers. And also, it just makes communication so much easier. You don't always want to have to wait till the next day in class to talk to somebody. And I feel like the best time to email teachers, if you're curious and you might need this, is definitely during the school day or like right before school or like right after school, okay? Don't be emailing your teachers at 9 p.m., wait till the last minute, and then get mad. Because at the end of the day, your teachers are not teaching robots. They are human beings and you need to have good communication with them. Okay, y'all, and with all that being said, just do not stress out about schoolwork. It can be hard and stress is natural. You might feel anxiety about a certain project, which I get it, definitely been there, done that. But you should not be putting unnecessary stress on your plate. High school is not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. They want to push you and test your limits. So y'all, if you have like, a C in this class and it's like the middle of the semester, why are you stressing? Don't cry about it. You just take this time to build your grades back up. In high school, you do get second chances and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean to slack off. So everything, honestly, when it comes to academics, is about balance. You really need to have your priorities in check. And honestly, that's it. So I'm going to be moving on to my next section, which is... Alright, y'all, so the next couple tips when it comes to hygiene is mostly for my female viewers out there because 90% of my audience are girls. So, I'm just going to be your big sister for today, give you all the little tips. Number one, have an emergency kit. And boys, if you're watching this, you should have an emergency kit too. Of course, it's going to be different from what a girl should have. But I feel like this stuff you should have in general, regardless of your gender. Hand sanitizer, deodorant, probably an umbrella, especially if you live in Florida, because y'all in Florida. And outside school, Vaseline or chapstick, because you need to keep them lips moisturized. Nobody wants to talk to you if you're gonna have crusty lips, okay? It's disgusting. Nobody wanna see that. Just wear deodorant and always keep a mini deodorant because you don't need to bring a whole big spray bottle to school with you or nothing like that. Just wear deodorant. Have mints because gum can get stale and bad smelling so quick. So mints are really good and you won't get in trouble in class for having mints like you would with gum. And honestly, those are the emergency kit like staples for everybody. If you're a girl, of course, bring pads, tampons, some perfume. Also, water is such a must. Always, always, always bring water because a dry mouth equals bad breath. Nobody want to be smelling all of that. You're gonna have friends, you're gonna be all in the teacher's face. Just because no one's telling you, like, hey, you a little stinky, doesn't mean you're not a little stinky. So you just gotta know. Like, also, if you're gonna take PE, which I highly recommend doing for your freshman year, like I said, make sure y'all pack y'all schedules. Even if it's not your favorite class, just get it out the way. For PE, school, this is based off of my experience, schools are not gonna make you sit over there and do like a whole workout routine or nothing. It's not gonna be like that. But regardless of what you're doing, even if you're just gonna sit in the bleachers all the time, change out because you'll never know what you're gonna be doing that day. Even if you think like, oh, no, you're not gonna go outside today, it's the middle of December, you're gonna have to go outside that one day. You think, I'm not gonna have to go, and you don't want to come back into school, been all outside sweating, especially in that Florida heat, and then be wearing them same clothes to your next class. Just change out. It's not cool to not change out. Like, maybe in middle school, you know, girls was like, oh, I'm not changing out. No one is gonna make fun of you in the locker room, to be honest, even if it's not mandatory, because some teachers aren't as strict about it. But I just find it a little, like, it's a little odd when girls don't like to change out, because that means all that sweating you were doing is just stuck on your clothes for the whole rest of the day. It's not a good look, not a good smell, and people are going to be able to tell if you did not change out, because I can tell. And yeah, just don't be insecure. Nobody's gonna make fun of you in the locker room. Alright guys, so I'm ready to talk about the final section of this video. Hopefully it's at least a couple minutes long, because y'all, I feel like I zoomed by everything a little too quick. So if you want more in-depth stuff, feel free to ask me questions in the comments. Like I said, I'm your big sister for today. So I'm going to be talking about priorities. And this section honestly is just going to teach you how to balance everything I just talked about before. Start planning out your future in high school. The second you go into your freshman year, you already need to start planning what you're going to do with your life. Now this doesn't mean, of course, like, you know, you already know what college you're gonna get into, start budgeting. Like, don't do all of that. Don't get too paranoid, because
not my problem, that's just